Good afternoon, teacher and fellow students. Today, I will be presenting on the topic of cohabitation, including its meaning, the difference between cohabitation and marriage, its advantages and disadvantages, and how it affects children, especially in the context of Papua New Guinea. Now, let's look at the definition of what is cohabitation. What is cohabitation? Cohabitation is when a man and a woman live together in a romantic relationship without being legally or traditionally married. They may share the same home, responsibilities, and even raise children, but they are not completed formal marriage process such as bride price, a church, or legal wedding, as explained by Orala Mosh 2013. Now, I'm gonna explain the difference between marriage and the cohabitation. Now, let us look at the differences. Now, let us look at the differences between what is marriage and cohabitation. Marriage is legally and culturally recognized union in Papua New Guinea. It often involves bride price, family approval, and sometimes a church wedding. It comes with responsibility and legal rights. Cohabitation, on the other hand, is informal. There is no legal recognition in most cases, and it does not involve customary or religious obligation as stated by National Research Institute 2020. Let us look at some examples in Papua New Guinea. If a couple completes bride price and as a church wedding, they are considered married. But if a couple simply moves into a particular area without this process, they are cohabitation. So this is the difference. The difference is marriage requires legal process, while cohabitation there is no legal process. It is informal. Now let us look at the advantages of cohabitation. Cohabitation has some advantages. First, it reduces finance pressure. Couples do not need to pay bride price or organize an expensive wedding. This is common among people in urban areas. Most of the young people in the urban areas of Papua New Guinea, we don't look after fix, we don't save money, we just come together, move into a particular area, and we live as a man and woman. But there is no legal requirements involved. Secondly, it allows couple, couples to understand each other. They, they can move into a particular area and manage responsibilities before making a long-term commitment. They can live together peacefully, share responsibilities, manage finance together, and support each other before marriage. Thirdly, in in other flexibilities, if the relationship does not work out, it is easy to separate compared to marriage. For example, flexibility in living arrangements. A young couple from Goroka may move in a particular area to reduce rent costs, live together during working or study. After a couple After a couple move to a particular area, they can share the responsibilities, live together, live peacefully and heavily. Now we're gonna go to the disadvantages of cohabitation, and disadvantages part will continue on by Stanley.
I'm Stanley Messi. I'll continue from disadvantage of cohabitation. My brother Philip has ended to disadvantage of cohabitation, so I'll start from disadvantage of cohabitation. However, cohabitation also has disadvantages. One major disadvantage is the lack of legal protection. If one partner dies or leaves, the other may not have rights to property or support. This means that the couples who are cohabiting do not always have the same legal rights and security as legally married couples. Because the relationship is not officially recognized by law or custom, one partner may not be protected if problem occur. Another disadvantage is cultural disapproval. In many PNG communities, cohabitation is not fully accepted, and the families may not support the relationship. Lastly, cohabitation can be unstable since there is no formal commitment. Relationship may end more easily. Okay, some of the effects on children. When we talk about cohabitation or marriage, it affects children the more in our country, which is PNG. So some of the effects on children, which is now let us look at how cohabitation affect children. On the positive side of children can still receive love, care, and protection if both parents are responsible. However, there are also negative effects. Children may feel emotional insecurity, especially if parents argue or separate frequently. They may also face social stigma in communities where marriage is highly valued. In addition, financial instability can occur if one parent leaves and does not provide support. Finally, there may be a lack of parental commitment, where one parent is less involved in child's life. For example, like in United Nations Children's Fund or UNICEF in 2021. So with that, I'm gonna conclude my presentation, which is my conclusion is in conclusion, cohabitation is becoming more common, especially in urban areas of Papua New Guinea, while it offers flexibility and a low cost. It lacks legal protection, cultural acceptance. It also has important impact on children, especially in terms of stability and emotional well-being. So when you see the marriage and cohabitation, when there are parents, their partner, and when you see their unity in the family, you can see their students' growth they will grow well, and if they go to the schools, they will receive good knowledge, and they will become a good person in their future. When their marriage problem in our country, you can see it will directly affect children. That's why many students without father and mother in the streets of Papua New Guinea. So that's the topic. Cohabitation mentioned some very important points in that presentation. Very much. I'm concluding here. Thank you very much, listeners, for hearing this.